What if I told you that it is very, very possible for you to get more cake orders, for you to get new customers, for you to get new clients, and also to increase your customer base, thereby bringing in more sales? Now, it sounds impossible and it seems impossible, but I tell you, it's very possible. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing some tips that are going to work for you if you stick around. Please do not go anywhere, because I'll be right back. You're welcome back. So I put out a sort of questionnaire, I put out a post on my community tab asking you to help me with video ideas, asking you to help me with topic ideas, because I wanted to be able to speak to your current challenge. I wanted to be able to speak to that problem or that obstacle or that roadblock or that thing that is really a burden to you or really a bother to you in your cake business currently. And I want to help you with ideas to get you out of that stage and out of that state that you're in. And one of the things that stood out for me, or the highest question that people asked, one of the most frequently asked questions was how to get more cake orders. Somebody said she's even tired. At this point, she's very tired. Another person talked about being out of baking jobs for weeks on end. And I can tell you that I can totally relate to you. Like they usually say, don't say you know where you understand people's feelings. Don't say you understand what they're going through, what they're passing at the moment. But I would confidently say that I can relate with what you're going through. I've had moments where I didn't have sales for weeks, for months. Nobody came to buy cakes from me. How did I navigate this? Those times of my life, of my cake business? How did I go through and how did I come out? How was I able to make sales again? How was I able to break through the market? Now, this is something that I know speaks to a lot of people, and that is why I'm addressing it. So please stay with me, keep up alive, and then listen to all that I have to say, all right? And just in case you're meeting for the first time, my name is Oluchi Imo, and on this channel I share cake business tips and I talk about personal development, entrepreneurship. I do tutorials, story time, and vlogs as well, and you are most welcome. Alright, so just sit down, relax, and enjoy this video. The first thing I'll be talking about is that you should build your customer base. You should build your clientele. Now, before I even start talking about all these things, like I would usually say, if your product is not good, then all these things I'm going to share, all these tips that I'm going to share are going to amount to work done. Like it's going to amount to nothing. So it's important that I lay a good foundation for you as regards this topic, because if I go ahead to share all these tips and you have not done your groundwork, you have not laid a good foundation for your cake business, then it's going to be difficult. Even if you start out getting customers, getting cake orders, more cake orders, like people are flocking your business, people are calling you and all of that, you are not going to have that capacity and the ability to sustain the life of your business, because over time people will feel they're not getting value for their money, either in terms of the product or in terms of the service, and they will not stay. So it's important that you learn. I've said it before in one of my videos. I appreciate that you're self-taught and that you come this way, all this way, or come this far with your own knowledge, learning from YouTube, learning online, practicing, trying, and all of that. But it is good if you learn from a pro, learn from a professional, somebody that is good in his or her craft, somebody that would show you the ropes, somebody that will put you through and help you with tested, trusted recipes that would keep your customers coming back. So this is the first thing that I must make mention of before I even go into the tips that would help you get more customers. All right, so please do your homework, get a solid foundation, and then we'll be good to go. So the first thing I'll be talking about is building your customer base. How do you build your customer base? Giving freebies, sponsoring events, giving people free samples. So you could decide that, okay, with this I am going to give this in return, I'm going to give this in addition. So if you buy an 8-inch cake, I'm going to give this. Now, freebies might not be in the real sense of the word like free freebies. Yes, that is there, giving out free samples to people. It could be like in your neighborhood, giving free samples to people. Like when I started my cake business, I've mentioned this a couple of times, I would share to my family members and then I would share to my neighbors. We lived in a compound where there were a few flats, so I would share to my neighbors and tell them, oh, this is what I learned in school today, can you have a taste? I would send to my mother-in-law, I would send to my sister-in-law's family, and that was how I started. I would share to our friends, my husband's friends, and that was how I started. So if you're not doing freebies yet, you are probably missing out on a good way to get customers for your business and to get more customers for your business. Okay, so please give freebies, but let there be boundaries, let there be a limit, so people not just be expecting free cakes from you all the time. So give freebies, but give wisely. Another way you can give freebies, which not freebie in the sense of the word, is that you can add something in addition to their order. So when somebody places an order, for example, say an 8-inch cake, you can decide I want to give a box of cupcakes, a box of dozen cupcakes, or I want to add a cake loaf in addition, or I want to do this so that people get a taste of your cakes. Like they say, seeing is believing. So if they see and they taste, they know that, oh, your products are good, and that they can trust you and trust you with their money, they can trust you with their time, and they can trust you to deliver. So consider freebies. Now, one way I'm going to talk about, for me, that word for me was giving freebies to my children's school. So there is this activity we used to have before the pandemic that we refer to as inter-house sports. So it's inter-house sports here in Nigeria. It's an event, it's a sporting activity or event that holds in school at almost midterm or close to the end of the term, if I'm not mistaken, where you have the children in the school come together. First of all, they are split into teams. Like we call them here, we call them houses. So they're split into different teams or different houses, and then at the end, at this particular event or sporting activity, they compete against themselves doing various activities like running, different fun activities basically. So we usually have them as houses. You could have like red house, yellow house, blue house, white house, or you could have them like names of flowers, jasmine house, lavender house, hibiscus house, rose house, and all of that, and they would compete at the end of the day. So in my children's school, they will usually ask us to contribute money. What are you giving us? Not to contribute money per se. They would ask you, okay, what are you giving us? Janessa's mom, what are you giving us? Ivana's mom, what are you giving us for this event? And what I would usually say I'm giving, I don't usually give money. I would give my cake. I'll say, okay, I'm donating a cake to Red House. I'm going to give a cake to Green House. I'm going to bring a cake to this event. And when I bring it, the children get to taste, the parents get to taste, and also the staff of the school get to taste these cakes. And that was one way I built, because I got customers from those parents in my children's school, and even from the school, school themselves. During Christmas parties, I would offer to give them a free cake, just to celebrate, and they would call me out, and that was how people got to know. And of course, when they tasted the cakes, they loved them. My cakes are good, my cakes are nice, and so they loved these cakes, and that was how they started booking for their children. And this was one way I started. From booking from their children, they started to refer me to people. I know a couple of them that referred me to other people. I even baked for, refer me to their churches. I bake for church programs and all of that. So give freebies, offer to sponsor events. Events are happening, virtual events. Even if it's virtual events, you can offer to sponsor the events. So maybe like a coffee, I don't know what to call it now, maybe a tea party or a roundtable discussion, something like that. And they will tell them to bring their snacks. You can offer to deliver to different people, or to deliver to a point. Say, I'm going to give to the PR person for this event, so I'm going to give to the person in charge of food for this event, and they will disperse to the houses of all those involved. So it is money. You used to chase money. I don't know if they say this in other parts of the world, but here in Nigeria, that's how we say it. You use money to find money. So you'll be willing to invest this and hope for good returns. Not just hoping for good returns, expect good returns, because if your products are good, definitely people will come back to buy more. So the second thing I'll be talking about is hosting events. Now you can decide that you want to host these events yourself. It could be picnics where you could bring your friends together, or it could be house parties or tea parties, or maybe outings or cake tasting parties. One of the things I did was to host a cake tasting party, and it was a huge success. I loved the way it turned out. That was in 2017. I registered my business officially in 2015. So in 2017, December, I decided to do this as a way of creating awareness about my brand, telling people about my brand. So I totally did free cakes. I invited some people to come around to have a cake tasting event with me. Now I have a book on this if you'd like to buy. It's available for sale. It's well detailed, contains details as to how you can host a cake tasting party, especially even in this period. You know how to organize it, get not too many people together, and if it is safe for you to do that in your location, this is one thing that you should consider: hosting a party or a picnic or a tea party or something, and then share with your friends. You can even give them to take back home. They can take back home cake slices or cake samples that they can share with their colleagues in the office. That is one way to create awareness about your brand. So host events yourself, or just give these things to people, call them together and say, okay, I'm sending this to your house, please help me share with this person and tell this person about my brand. That is one way to grow. I remember back in the days, I used to ask my customers for referrals. At the end of everything, when I go back to get feedback, I would add at the end of my gratitude or thank you message that they should please kindly spread the word about IB Cake. So that I usually tell them, I usually ask them back in the day, and it helped a lot because from different places I used to get referrals, and that is one way to grow your cake business. Ask for referrals. For one person that comes to you, plead with them, ask them to refer you to their friends. So the third thing I'll be talking about is to use social media platforms. If we don't talk about social media, what are we doing? But before I go further into this point, if you're enjoying this video, please smash the like button and leave me a kind comment down below, okay? So number 3 is to use social media platforms. Depending on the class of people you're targeting, you want to consider whether it is Facebook that will work for you, or Facebook ads, or Instagram, or WhatsApp, what's selling on your WhatsApp status, or TikTok, depending on the target audience and the people that you intend to attract and to sell to. You want to leverage these platforms. I know that Instagram is one great platform that helps me so much in building my business and still helps me till date. I still got an order from Instagram yesterday. So it helps me till date because I've mastered the art of using Instagram as a great tool and a great platform online for selling my cake. So understand how these things work. If you do not understand, sign up for classes. If you do not understand, search online. There are resources, tons and tons of resources online that you can read and educate yourself on how to use these platforms. Right now, it seems like TikTok is the in thing. So if you know you're targeting Gen Zs and millennials, you want to look at TikTok by putting out relatable content, by putting out educative content, by putting out fun content that will still teach people, that will add value to the lives of people. So consider these platforms. Why are you not using them? If you're on them, why are you not using them? If you're using them, why are you not using them to the best that you can? So some of us are not consistent on these platforms and it doesn't work that way. So you appear today and then in the next 2 days you're gone. There is no consistency and it punctures your credibility. People will not believe that you can deliver. People will not believe that you know what you're doing. So utilize these platforms and then make sure that you put your best foot forward. You're consistent, you're putting out the right content. You have to learn basic skills. There are basic skills that you need to learn. Things like editing for your videos. Like we know on Instagram now, videos, like they say in quotes, are rated more than posts. Okay, so you want to learn how to edit pictures, videos. You want to learn how to do things like Reels, Instagram Live, Instagram Stories, IGTVs, and all of IGTV and all of that. Learn to edit. Learn how to curate content, to search online and to know, okay, this is what I can put for this day. This is what I can put on this day. I have a video on how to curate content, create content for yourself as a baker on social media. A content calendar video. If you've not checked that video, please do well to check out that video. So jump on the social media platforms, and then also do not forget the traditional method or aspects of telling people about your business. Don't close your lips. Don't seal your lips. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. Tell people in church, tell people in the mosques, tell people in the market, tell people in the malls, but ensure that you're not breaking guidelines, you're not breaking rules, you're not breaking any of their rules by selling within their premises. Just know what works for you and tell people about this. If you go for programs, online events, don't keep quiet. Look for events online that you can attend, or if you can attend in person in your location, if it's safe for you to go out and attend events, please do attend events. And as you're going, take with you your business card, take with you things that you can show to people and let them know that this is what you do for a business and that you would like them to buy from you sometime in the future or even immediately. Who knows? It's possible. All right. The thing I'll be talking about is to prove your credibility by putting out or building on your social currency. Now, what do I mean by your social currency? It is putting out testimonials. It is showing videos of you working. When people see that you're working, they believe you, and they believe that if they put their money or invest their money into your business, or they place an order for their cakes, they're going to get it. So build your credibility. Don't slack on putting out things that have to do with social proof. Social proof does not just stop at testimonials. It also refers to things like your awards. If you win an award, you put it online. If you were nominated for something, you put it online. You let people know. It shows that you are an authority in what you're doing. It shows that you're a pro. It shows that you're good. It shows that you are at a certain skill level, and that they can buy from you and not be afraid that you will not deliver on your promise. Okay, so work on your social currency. Testimonials, put out videos of you working, put out videos of you teaching. If you have classes, put out videos of these classes. If you have people that have signed up for your classes and they've done well, they have feedback to show for it, they have physical, tangible evidence or feedback to give to you, use them on your pages. Build your credibility. Build on your know, like, and trust factors. Some of us are suffering from lack of cake orders because people do not know us. We're suffering from lack of cake orders because people do not trust us. They do not trust in our abilities that we can deliver. And you want to change this. You want to turn this around. So please put out the word. Do more of building on your social currency, and you will see things will begin to take turn for the better. Things will begin to take a turn for the better. Okay. Now for this point, I'm going to be giving you an assignment or a task to do. So most of us do not have sales for weeks on end because we are sitting, not sitting in the literal sense of the word, but basically waiting for the orders to come. You don't have to sit and wait for the orders to come. You have to go look for them. You have to go create the awareness. You have to go tell people, this is what I'm offering. So for example, I recently launched a new product, which is my cake parfaits, or cake in a cup like I call it. And I wasn't waiting for people to come and buy from me because obviously they wouldn't even know. So I made buzz about it. I was able to take pictures. I recorded even before I made a sale. I made this parfaits, actually took pictures of them, put them online, and announced to the world that this is what I have now. We are welcoming our cake in a cup to the family. So I was looking for sales by this means. I put it on my WhatsApp status as well, and guess what? The first day I put it on my WhatsApp status, I got a sale. So don't sit back waiting for the sales. There are things you can do that people buy on a daily. Have you considered making products that people can buy every day? Have you considered things like pastries? If you're in Nigeria, have you considered things like cake pops or cakesicles? What's this thing they call it now? Cake on a stick. I've forgotten the name. If I remember the name, I'm going to put it on the screen or put a picture of it. But these things that they pour melted chocolate on, you make with mousse. Yeah, cakesicles. Have you thought of making cakesicles or treat boxes where you just have some yummy things in the box that you can sell on a daily, or even if not on a daily, that you can sell like every 2 days apart? Think about these things. You have to sit down and think out these ideas. You have to sit and think of what the people want. What do people like to eat? Check other people's pages. Like, it's no crime. You want to check even outside your location. Check internationally. Check what people are doing in an industry. How are they making sales? How are they making sales daily? How are they keeping their income, rolling, flowing? How are they keeping their business? How are they oiling it? There are many things you can do. I mean, there are things they call cake meals, cake jars, treat boxes, pastry boxes, sweet tooth box. I mean, there are tons and tons of names that people call, these things that they do these days. So you can think of ideas and put them out to the world. Let your people know. It is your job to create the awareness, first of all, before you now have your customers become loyal brand ambassadors and spread out the word or tell other people about you. Remember, like I said, do your ground, do the homework, lay a solid foundation, get the right products, ensure that your cakes are good so that when you start to work and the results start to come in over time, they will not fizzle out. Okay, you can sustain and you can keep people coming back for more. Now, if you're enjoying this video and if you enjoyed the tips so far, please don't forget to smash the like button, give me a like, and also drop me a kind comment in the comments below. Okay, so I believe that these tips have been able to help you. I brought some new insights to you. Please, these things don't happen overnight. It takes time to see results, but if you begin to do them consistently, in the short long term you begin to see results, but you have to keep doing them. You have to look for ways of doing things. And then if you are, this is a bonus tip, if you've been doing things or using a particular method of marketing and it is not working, you want to keep them aside. Either you keep them aside and get new ones, or you get them, turn them upside down, break everything apart, tweak it, and see how to make it work for you. I believe that these tips have been able to, bring some light to you and would help you with this current challenge of not having enough cake orders, not having consistent cake orders, not even having customers at all, and it will help you grow your cake business and increase your sales. Okay, please, if you have questions, drop them in the comments. Until I see you in the next video, stay happy, stay safe, and stay blessed. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, hit the subscribe button and see you in the next video.